He's doing everything right now. You ask him to still give you 30-plus points a game, he does that. But since James Harden out, we need somebody to run the offense, KD. We need somebody not only get your points, but help them get theirs. Okay, I'll give you 8, 10 assists tonight. But we also going to need you to get on the glass, too. Okay, I'll give you 11, 12 of those a night. Skip, I'm not saying that Kevin Durant could not have always done this. He's just never been asked to do all of this to the magnitude in which he's doing it now. Scoring, we know he can do that in his sleep. He's an elite scorer. He's very prolific. Prolific is defined as producing in abundance. That's what he can do with points.
You look that up?
Nobody looked that up, Skip. That's what Savannah State do for them HBCU. They give you that knowledge.
They taught you that?
Taught me that.
Wow.
Taught me that. They had no idea what it meant until I got there.
Well, then that's the Harvard of the South.
Skip, I mean, the guy's playing 37, 38 minutes a night. And I agree with Steve Nash. It's not sustainable. But you know what? What is sustainable? Losing if he doesn't play these minutes. So the question is yours. He's got them to the number 1 seed, Skip. He's averaging 30 points, 8 and 6. Number 1 seed in the East. Steph is 27, 5 and 6, making 5 threes a game. They're the number 1 seed in the West. But you look at KD's last 3 games, 51, 7 and 9, 34, 13 and 11, 34, 11 and 8. Steph has struggled the last 8 games. He's averaging 23 points, 5, 4 on 35% shooting. Well, it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's undeniable. I understand Steph is a great story. He's playing unbelievable. But this is not a Lifetime Achievement Award. You don't get it because you broke the three-point record. It's like, oh, he the MVP. Kevin Durant is playing better right now than Steph Curry is. And if you look at it through 30 games, Kevin Durant's the MVP because while they were neck and neck over the first 20 games, Kevin Durant has pulled ahead. Since James Harden has been out and they've asked Kevin Durant to put more, can we put more on your plate? He says yes. Would you like another helping? Kevin Durant says yes. So he's done everything they've asked him to do and more. So in my estimation, Kevin Durant right now, as we have this discussion, is the MVP of the NBA.
So, Mr. Sharpe, I hate to say I told you so, but I did.
You don't hate that. You love that.
I've been trying to tell you for at least 3 years, this is the best player on the planet. I predicted he'd win the MVP this year because I believe he's in the peak of his prime, coming off carrying the U.S. of A. to the gold medal at the Olympics. In fact, he's playing at such a high level right now that even after I watched last night, I sat back and shook my head, and I thought, even I didn't see that coming. Because he's playing with 4 rookies, 2 of whom I'd never even heard of before. And he is playing high minutes, but he looks like he's in such peak condition that he looks like he could run all night. So I don't have any qualms about him playing high minutes. And by the way, I've heard from several people who've seen Kevin's workouts before that they're as legendary as LeBron's workouts, but he doesn't post them. And I respect that. He does a lot of weird stuff on social, but he doesn't gloat on social. He doesn't do any gloating, really, that I've ever seen. Maybe you have. I don't follow it that closely.
I mean, I think he has an IG account, but he don't really post a whole lot on it.
Okay, so obviously LeBron is a workout warrior. We see that because we know that from his posts. But so is Kevin, right there with LeBron. And so what's striking me right now, after I read a quote from Cedric Ceballos, the great Ced, in that The Athletic poll that we talked about yesterday, they polled 118 ex-players about this and that and the other, all these categories. And the one quote from Cedric about Kevin was, he's Kareem with a crossover and an unblockable jump shot out to the three-point line. Well, he is. He's 7 feet tall. I'm pretty sure they don't list him at that, but he just looks 7 feet tall.
I guess for some reason he want to be 6'11".
Okay, well, that's fine,
you 7 foot.
Okay, you're 7 foot, and you're long. You're a long 7-footer. So to me, and I mentioned this yesterday, I'm going to hit it harder now, he's becoming the greatest player since Jordan because he's beyond Kobe. God bless Kobe, but it's because he's 7 feet tall. Kobe was what, 6'7"? We'll give Kobe 6'6", 6'7". But Kobe couldn't do some of these things because he wasn't 7 feet tall. I've just never seen anything like what this guy is doing.
Well, nobody, Skip, because offensively he has no flaws. offensively. Because like you said, he's 7 foot tall. He can shoot the three. He can one bounce, get to the mid-range, 20, pull up in your face. He can get all the way to the rim. You foul him, he's 85, he's 88, 90%. So offensively, he's as sound as we've ever had in the NBA. In the history of the game, I don't know if we've ever had an offensive player more fundamentally and more intrinsically great than Kevin Durant. Even Jordan. Jordan couldn't shoot the three like this.
I got it. Yeah,
This kid here,
maybe in the grand scheme of things, we just never seen this before.
Not offensively, no.
And yet, defensively this year, he's taken more on his thin shoulders, his little slender shoulders, because he's now ranked 28th in defensive win shares individually, which is top 30 is pretty good. So he's blocking some shots. He's protecting the rim.
He got like that, Skip, when he went to Golden State. You remember at Golden State, because they were so small, Kevin, he was always been a really good weak side help defender that Skip is 7 foot tall, so you should be able to block a few shots, Skip. Catch somebody napping, they try to throw.
I would agree. Yeah. Okay, so could we see it, and we talked about clutchness, and you said, show me the walk-offs. Well, I don't remember walk-offs, except he almost had a walk-off against Giannis, but he had a toenail on the line. But what he does is just take over entire fourth quarters. So last
night was...
Yeah, this was something. Can we just see in order what happened?
And he was talking, too. Did you hear him talking?
Was he? Talking to the bench. Okay, that's his first free throw. And by the way, he's an 89% free throw shooter this year, made all 3 in the fourth quarter. That's like too good. Like that, okay, stop it.
You can't stop that.
Who's going to block that?
Nobody.
Who's even going to bother that?
Look at
that one he gets fouled on and gets the end one for a 4-point play. And when he shoots free throws, he swishes free throws, man.
Look at this. That's over 7-2 Joel Embiid.
It was. And he was going at him hard. Like, I got you. Okay.
I mean,
too good.
The guy gets it going.
Too good. Nobody can do that.
No.
Nobody's ever been able to do that.
I mean, you can't block. I mean, the guy's 7 foot tall. He's shooting the ball at an almost 10-foot arc. How you block it? He can pull up and stop. I mean, he can walk into a three. He can put it on the floor, pull up at the mid-range from 18, swish it, get all the way to the rim, kiss it off the backboard, lay it up. I mean, what?
Okay, so off the court, to me, he's more follower than leader. And he follows Kyrie. Like, Kyrie's the leader of the twosome. And Kyrie said, nah, not the Knicks. Let's do the Nets.
Right.
Kevin's like, okay, let's do the Nets. So he goes, and now Kyrie is not going.
You know what I think, Skip? I don't think he's a follower. I think what he thinks is that whatever you think I'm going to do, I'm not going to do. Nobody would have ever guessed he would go join the Golden State Warriors. Well, because you don't think I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Everybody said, you know what, KD, but you see how the Knicks position themselves. They got a lot of cap space. They can sign 2 max guys.
The Mecca. You can play in the Mecca, MSG.
He said, nah, I'm going to go next door to the Mecca. I'm going to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, they ain't got no home court advantage.
Where Golden State's fans took over the arena.
Yes.
When Steph played.
So
right?
that's how Skip, he's wired to do whatever you think he should do. Okay. I'm not going to do it.
I'll give you that. But then he trusted Kyrie, his brother, to be there. And this is the year where you finally figured it out last year with James. So here you go, right?
Right.
No, you're not, because
James ain't James, and no Kyrie.
Okay, and Kevin is still saying, I'll just go it alone.
Yeah.
And they are still the best team in the East.
Yep.
They still have the best record in the East, which is pretty phenomenal given what he's been up against.
Yeah. And, you know, you're like, hey, come on, Kyrie. Kyrie's like, come on, Kevin. Okay, let's do that. And then all of a sudden, Kyrie's like, man, I ain't really feeling this right now. He's like, okay, I'll go it alone.
Okay. I still got a feeling at some point after the first of the year, Kyrie will return, but it's going to have to be on their terms, not his.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they made that abundantly clear.
Yep.
But Skip, I believe they had to do it this way because you're setting a very dangerous precedent to allow him to do that. Well, I can't practice, so I'm just going to show up on the road and play?
Nope. To their credit, they said no.
Nah.
So for now, Kevin's going to have to play 38 minutes a night.
He gonna play like that.
Just isn't sustainable for too long. But what he is doing is no doubt extremely impressive on all fronts.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.